Hello, Jara. We are recording live on this beautiful afternoon.
Is it we're recording live? Hi, everybody.
So we just wanted to record some, I don't know, some footage, put some stuff out there.
Can we start from here?
Yeah, our
Okay, 'cause
skit.
I didn't
Oh
know
well,
you
not
were to
really.
start. I didn't,
Well, we can.
I didn't know you were like gonna do
I know we're not waiting time. We can edit it however we want because it's only recording. I don't think we're out live right
that.
now. We could be. It's possible. I don't know though. Anyways, so been a busy schedule. And we haven't been able to do a show, and we really want to, really bad, like I do. Do you? Like, don't haven't you like been wanting to?
Yes.
I've been wanting to too.
No.
So one idea that we have some exciting stuff coming up. I have a guest coming in, and she is an expert in soul realignment. It is a service. It's a modality to
That will be this Thursday's episode, right?
maybe no, well maybe
Because
if we
aren't
get
we
it
doing
done
that
tomorrow.
We're doing it tomorrow.
Yeah. So
Aren't we doing it? We are doing it tomorrow, right? Or no?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
So we a soul realignment is where you look into your into the Akashic records, and the Akashic records are um they're a record of everything that ever was, ever did, everything ever was, did, said, done, everything, all the way down to your soul. So this is where you can figure out your a lot of things about yourself. It's just amazing. It's really amazing and life changing, and loved it. I loved it.
We're also going to talk about us, ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a story, so we are going to tell ours.
I have a story. I mean, we all have a story. So that's what I thought we would record right now, just asking each other about each other's story for a minute. Just a little footage. Well, little tidbits. So I'm gonna let's see. What do you feel? What do you think about your story?
About my story?
Yeah. What do you think about it? Do you think
that's a big question.
It is a big question. It's loaded.
I think I have an interesting story.
I think you do too. I think I don't. I don't think I know your whole story.
I don't think I know my whole story
Yeah.
yet. My story is everybody's story is still happening, but
True that.
But mine is a story, I guess, that is still I'm searching for missing pages to find out about the parts of my story that I don't know about because I wasn't there, but that are part of my story because that's why I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
So because I'm adopted. So
Okay, yeah. So everybody that doesn't know, Jara was adopted
when I was 3 days old. 3 days old.
So for 3 days, you stayed at Flagstaff Hospital, just being an orphan.
I wasn't. Well, yeah. I guess technically, I didn't have a name actually until I think it was February 1979. I mean,
You didn't have a name for a whole.
I have the paperwork.
That's a lot of.
Is when they declared me. Yeah, they officially declared me Jara Brown. Before that, I was known as Baby Girl.
Baby girl.
Baby girl. Baby girl number one.
I was born in the same hospital you were born
in. And yeah, so when I was born, I was adopted, and they had to run an ad in the local newspaper for 30 days with my supposed biological father and or John Doe, it said, to basically put it in the newspaper that they were on notice that my parents wanted to sever the natural parental rights of the father and myself. So that person, they put it in the paper, and if nobody claimed me or whatever, then they were able to move forward with the adoption. So it moved forward, and I'm super blessed because I had a wonderful childhood.
She's got super cool parents.
I do. I have an amazing family, and I had a wonderful life, and I wouldn't change anything for the world. But I feel like I was also put where I was put for a reason.
Yes. What kind of reason?
I don't know yet exactly, but it feels my I feel like my circumstances around my life have been specific. Because my mom wasn't supposed to get, like, they didn't want to give her any children because she was diabetic. So typically, people with juvenile diabetes back then didn't live very long.
Wow. And so they deny you an adoption for that kind of stuff?
Oh, yeah. For your medical history, absolutely, they will deny you an adoption for that.
Do they still do that?
Yes.
Oh, that's messed up because that's the whole reason why you
Well,
can't
they
have
have
one in the beginning.
Well, they have to make sure, they want to make sure that you're going to be able to live long enough to be able to care for a child. And it's a lot to take on. So back then, my mom's been diabetic since she was 18. Since she was 8, I'm sorry. And they weren't anticipating her to have a long life. When she had my brother, she almost died. So, but judges don't. It wasn't just that, though. It was 1978. So my specific adoption is actually kind of rare back then because I was interracially adopted, and it was 1978. So
it was still very racial then.
Yeah, they didn't typically place an African American child in a white home. That didn't happen very often back then. Or same thing with they had a hard time placing Native American babies too.
So how did they score you?
I don't know exactly. I'm not quite sure. I have postulated and I have theories. That what I was told was that my biological mother was only 17, and that also I was half black, so that wasn't going to work out for them.
The way you said that. So that was.
Yeah, and I guess my mom said that my grandpa, her dad, even not because of racism, but he even had reservations about adopting a half black child, just because not everybody was understanding about that.
Yeah. Well, aren't they glad they did? They scored. They were good people at the beginning, though.
Yes, my parents. I've always known that I was adopted. Like as long as I can remember, they've never tried to keep that from me. Although that would have probably been pretty unnoticeable. I'd have been like, how come? Where does brownness come from?
Didn't I think you were chocolate flavored at one time?
Probably.
Yeah.
I also used to tell people that.
I think that's right.
Yeah. So yeah. So my life is it feels, the circumstances, and there are other I think circumstances around my life that feel like I just feel like I was put in a place, and I feel like I'm supposed to be here, and I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Always.
So.
Always. Everybody's always Zachary. They're exactly where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, but I do find my biological history is very interesting to me, and I have an appreciation for the sacrifice that my biological mother made, and their family for me. So because I had a wonderful childhood. People ask adopted people the weirdest questions.
Like what?
Like people have asked me, did your parents make you do more chores than they did your brother? People have asked me is that why you're always doing chores?
Oh my gosh. Did I ask you that? I probably did.
No, well, I was just doing chores because I don't know.
And you just did your chores.
It's usually isn't it always the little sister that does more chores than the brother?
Sometimes, yeah.
But no, my parents never treated me like I was not their child, ever. And as a matter of fact, like my family and we forget that I'm adopted, like that we're not blood related sometimes.
Yeah, I forget. I forgot.
Like I've been at the ER before and Norma and Lacey were there with me, and the doctors were asking me about my family history, and I told them I didn't know, and my Aunt Norma was like, "What do you mean you don't know? Your mom's diabetic and I was like, Aunt arm. I was like, but I'm not. And she was like, oh, that's right.
Oh, that's funny. That is so funny.
I forgot.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I've always known, and I've always felt like someday I would like to give back to the something, and I would like to give somebody a home, but I don't think that's gonna. Now I'm too old for that. So
Yeah, I didn't know that. I
My
didn't know you
kids are
always.
almost
I didn't know you
grown.
wanted to do that.
yeah.
That's cool, dude. It's not ever too late. It's never too late. I mean, like, you never know. You could help somebody and give them a home. Like, you never know.
I think that everybody deserves to know what it feels like to that somebody wanted you so bad that you're a gift to them.
I bet.
That's how my parents always treated me.
That must have been great.
And that is, it is. I know what it feels like to be loved. I have always known what it feels like to be loved, and that's probably why I am such a
That is so special,
unconditionally
dude.
loving person.
Because when you think about it, like, pretty much my parents loved me because they had to.
No. No, I mean, all parents have to make the choice to be a parent, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
But my parents chose to be a parent over and over again, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They chose to be a parent, and they chose to be the type of parent that um, allows me to be who I am, and they guided me through things without judgment, and I can't ever thank them enough for that. And not enough people in the world have that blessing, and they turn into scary monsters and greedy, money hungry
Yeah.
people.
Because, you know, it's love. Love is it's the bottom line. So it depends on how you were loved. That's how you get turned out. That's how you turn out.
My parents always treated me like I was a person that mattered and who had feelings that mattered, and that although I might be smaller than they are and younger than they are, I was never less than they are. And they treated me like that. And so that's how I treat my kids too. That's how I treat everybody.
Well, that sounds amazing. Like,
That was a weird tangent.
that must have been amazing, dude.
It is amazing. Like I really, I don't think that my parents understand the way that they, I don't know.
You should communicate that to them.
I do all the time. I tell them. So they probably do understand because I actually tell them all the time. I do all the time. And I tell them like in a bunch of different ways all the time because I get little reminders of ways or things that they did that were important. Like I tell them all the time too that how they were with me has made an impact on my friends because all of my friends have told me that it made an impact on them the way that my parents interacted with me and with them and all the kids and stuff.
I love them to death. They're the best. They really are.
I might be a little bit too much of who I am for some people.
Never. There's no such thing as being too much of who you are. Never, ever. So is there anything you would change if you could?
No, not one thing, because I feel like everything happened just the way that it needed to in order for me to be where I'm at right now and to be who I am right now. And I like who I am right now, but I know that I'm not done. Like everybody's always changing, so I wouldn't change a thing.
What about, is there something you are striving to keep on discovering? Is there something you wish you could discover still, or did you just kind of close the door on that?
No, I'd like to know more. I'd like to someday reach out to my biological on my mother's side of the family to just let them know that I'm alive if they would like to know me. Like no pressure or anything. I feel like my biological mother, and the same thing for on my biological father's side, both sides. I feel like people, if they want to know me, because I am a part of a person that they lost, who's no longer with us, I feel like it's the right thing to do. Just, I don't know, because I know that like if I had like, if I found out that like Chas had another child or something like that, I would want to be a part of their life because you would want to. And I also, for on my biological mother's side, I want my biological mother's family to know that my biological grandparents, whatever tough decision they made, and my biological mother, that they made the right decision. And I had a wonderful life because I bet that weighed on their soul, like for probably their whole life.
Yeah.
And they probably always wondered if they made the right choice or not. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to let them know that before they passed on. But anybody that's alive now, I don't know. It might help them to know that they did the right thing. It was good. I'll do that someday. I'm just not quite ready for that right at the moment.
So, all that research that you do and find out about families, is that your biological family or your real family?
Both. I like to research everything. I've researched your guys' families too. Well, I haven't really gone into yours. I've tried looking at a couple of Dikey's family members because I think we're biologically related. I think probably in more than one way, I bet.
Wow. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I want to do a DNA test or one of the ancestry things. But I'm also like, I don't know, this conspiracy person in me thinks that there's something that they do with those. So
They do.
I'm also like, I don't know, because then they're going to be like, we found her.
Yep, they're like, this is her.
Get her. Put her away.
Tell us about your childhood.
Well, my childhood, you were in it.
Yep.
You were there.
I was there.
Like every day for a long time.
She was a very cute kid. Very smart.
I was a smart kid. I don't know about cute.
You were super good. Yeah, afro.
I don't know. People have always not really. I think that people have always been annoyed by me.
I don't know what.
I think that people are.
You keep saying that, but like I've been your best friend for a long time. Like
I don't know.
I don't know. Are you annoying?
Maybe
a little bit. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe people were hitting me when. I am annoying.
Ooh, if I would have seen them, I would have beat them up, dude.
I don't know. I was, as you know, I was active, dude. I was in gymnastics.
Yeah, you were.
Freaking dance, and piano lessons, and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, you're always doing some kind of stuff.
I've always liked to do a lot of stuff.
That's why, because your parents were cool. They would let you try everything. My mom, they wouldn't let us try something unless they knew for sure that we were going to do it. So they that's not good.
Yeah, don't do that to your kids.
Don't do that, dude.
My parents let me try everything I wanted to try, and God, that was so great of them to do that. They did let me do that. They let me, like, they did. Like, I went to modeling school. I played the piano, I played the violin, I played softball, I played gymnastics. I was in gymnastics.
Weren't you a cheerleader too?
I was on Spirit Line, yeah, but I had to quit because of my back, because my back was messed up from the accident. And I was having back problems, and I kept throwing my back out. So I just quit. But yeah.
Weren't you in volleyball too?
I wasn't in volleyball, but I was in brownies. And
did you make it to Girl Scouts?
I don't think I went all the way through Girl Scouts.
I didn't either.
No, I didn't. I think we just did brownies. I don't even think I even got in Girl Scouts.
I was like, forget this, man. And we didn't like the troop leader or something.
I only remember going to a meeting. I just remember like one time. I remember when I took the picture that I have of me in brownie costume.
I remember selling cookies. I remember the meetings. It was in that building right by Caleb School.
I don't remember selling cookies.
Yeah. You remember that building by Caleb School? That's where it was in the meetings.
I think I do remember the building. Did my mom go? Or did I go with you?
No, we went together, but our moms didn't go.
Who
It was
took
like
us?
Travis Martinez's mom was the troop leader.
Who took us though?
Probably my mom dropped us off, come get us.
Doesn't your parent have to go with you to those?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they would drop us off. Our parents didn't go.
Huh. Yeah, I don't think my mom ever did go in anywhere. Maybe she was dropped. I don't know. I can't remember. What about you? Where'd you come from? What egg did you hatch out of? Wouldn't it be cool if we were all born in the same room?
Oh, maybe.
Because
We
we
could
were
have
all
been.
born in Flagstaff Medical Center.
I was a hysterectomy baby.
Were you?
Yeah, so I was born in the ER.
In the ER or the OR?
Or whatever. OR.
Was it an emergency C-section?
I don't think it was an emergency. Could have been, but I don't think so.
That's interesting to know.
You did not?
No, I don't know if I was what I was.
Very interesting. So I was born in Flagstaff, Arizona. I was born to Nicholas and Lucianne Lucero. Nicholas is from New Mexico, Belen, New Mexico, to be exact. And my mother was, it is like kind of by Arizona, but in New Mexico. So my mother was born in she was born in McNairy, Arizona. And she also lived in St. John's, Arizona. And I met Jara. I had a cute little life. Like I had a dog and cats and a big sister. We lived at the base of a mountain in Flagstaff, Arizona. And
right at the base.
Mm-hmm. And I met Jara. She became my first best friend.
We lived across the alleyway from each other.
Mm-hmm.
So our houses, I could see her backyard from my backyard.
So we lived by each other a long time. Even when we didn't really hang out, we were still friends.
Yep.
So I hung out with Jara, and I was a good kid. And then something happened. I don't know what grade, but
you were still a good kid.
I got kind of in with the wrong crowd.
She was still a good kid, you guys. She was still a good kid. Like, it's so funny because we were like you weren't arrested or anything.
I didn't get pregnant either.
Yeah, so we're good kids. We were still good kids. We did though, like sneak out.
I almost got arrested.
We drank and went to parties, but I was still on the honor roll. So.
She was, and sometimes I remember this one time. I don't know if you remember this or not. I was one time that I was ditching, and I saw you in your class, and I was like, come on.
And I said no.
Yeah, and you were like, no.
Yeah, I didn't ditch, and I never ditched. Well, I think I ditched one time with you and Michelle.
Oh, okay.
I ditched algebra once in freshman year, and I was like, I wouldn't do that.
Did we ditch and go to John Paul's house?
No, we were over by the youth center.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. I didn't go to John Paul's with you. I went with Shelly though.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah.
I remember you there one time.
Oh, well, I was probably already. Maybe
I see.
So, yeah, we were good kids though. But I never ever did drugs at school either. I never did drugs. I smoked weed, but I never did like drugs. But I never smoked weed like during school hours. So I was good. I didn't like breaking rules. Still don't.
I love to break the rules. I still do.
Actually, I don't follow the rules now, but I also don't like breaking them. I just think there shouldn't be rules.
Yeah, right. There's only one rule in my world, and that is that there are no rules. Rule number one.
Don't kill anybody.
So yeah, I also played the violin. Well, in between, Mr. Cook and Miss Line.
They were both violent people.
Mr. Cook, Miss Line, and then there was one more, Mr. Cummings. I stayed in it longer than you did.
Oh, you did, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so you were in it in junior high?
Yep.
Oh yeah, because I went to choir.
And so in between my shenanigans, I would play the violin and go to concerts, play concerts.
Did you play in high school too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I played all the way till like my senior year.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Can you still play?
Maybe.
You have your violin?
Mm-mm.
Dude, we should go get a violin.
My dad has them. My sister probably could still play. I bet she could.
I bet you can too. It's muscle memory.
Hmm.
You really could play if you played for that long. Because I stopped in 6th grade.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
When we went to 7th grade, I started doing choir.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were stayed longer than that.
Too. And then in high school, I didn't do anything.
So while I was being the black sheep of my family, I brought awareness to my family about a lot of things that they were not aware of in the world and around our town. But it seems to only have gotten me in trouble. But they still loved me, and I still graduated from high school. Then, is there anything I can tell from Flagstaff? Like, that's not boring? I didn't do anything spectacular over there. So, when I was turned 18, I came over to Phoenix, Arizona. I moved out by myself with my friend Sarah. And I was already a CNA. So that was my choice of job, which that is a certified nursing assistant. And I continued to be a CNA for the next 26 years, but I evolved. I wasn't just a CNA. I became a hospice CNA, which is a specialized CNA. I also worked in physical therapy as a physical therapy assistant for many years. So I became a CCHt, which is a certified hospice and palliative care nursing assistant. I went to college twice, once to be a nurse and once to be a hypnotherapist. And I'm a hypnotherapist now. Had a near-death experience, changed my career, became self-aware of myself and the things around me. And I stepped back into my awareness-bringing shoes. So that's what I do now. I bring awareness. Sometimes it gets me in trouble still. I'm here for it. I went through a lot of depression. So my shenanigans brought me a lot of depression, the people I hung out with and things I did, things I learned. I handled it though. I mean, it was bad, but now that I understand it, and now that I know the reason for it and know how to cope with it, I think it was an amazing gift to have that. I don't believe in mental illness. I think that anything we go through is magical. We just have to understand it.
I agree.
I healed myself. I went to school and learned how to heal myself. And then now I'm trying to help heal others, because I believe that's what the world needs, is healing. Healing is going to change the world. If people look inside and heal their inner wounds, the world will change. And that's what I'm here for. That's my journey. That's my mission. And I'm actually answering the call.
And I feel like I am here to help people with the truth, because it's really scary. And I think it's scarier than it seems, though.
I think it's
when people have each other, things aren't as scary when you've got people. And people need to realize that we've got each other. Because everything in this world tries to convince us of otherwise. Everything in this world tries to convince us that you're separate and that you have to fight for everything that you need. And that's not true. If you stop fighting and you start cooperating, then you can help each other and everybody can have everything that they need. So, yes, ma'am.
Bring it, girl.
So I currently am a realtor. I don't really have any kind of set of skills on paper or something I've done that you could say that leaves me with any kind of a special set of skills. However, I, for some reason, have had a special set of circumstances happen to me many times in many different ways that have left me with experiences that have somehow turned me into a person that has been through different interesting things. So I have an interesting outlook. I think that a lot of people don't have.
I think everybody's outlook is different.
Everybody's outlook is different, very much so. And a lot of people I don't think they believe that they have an outlook.
Or that their outlook matters.
They're just, yeah, they're told what their outlook is and they just go with what they're told.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if everybody knows that.
They
Like,
don't,
we
not
don't
everybody.
have to be what the world tells us, you know. We don't have to be what the news says or what we're told. You know, it doesn't have to be like that. Like, we don't have to believe that. We don't have to believe what the world says. I think everybody needs to go in and learn from experience instead of just accepting everything that they hear.
Don't accept everything you hear as true. Don't believe everything they tell you. And you don't have to do everything they say.
The best way that everybody that we can help this world is for everybody to realize that we all do have a choice. I think everybody should just not pay taxes.
That would work.
Put that on YouTube.
Great. Now we're gonna get pulled. Just kidding.
Everybody plant apple seeds.
Everybody needs to. Yes, everybody should plant any seed.
All these
any
trees
seed
will start popping up everywhere. What are they gonna do?
Any seed, any fruit you eat, please plant seed.
Do for real. Like, why not?
Just throw it out there and put it in a hole.
You know, just see what happens. Like what if people did that? For real.
Let's do that. Let's start a campaign.
Like, make a viral TikTok. Eat a piece of fruit and sow the seed where you stand.
Put it in the hole.
And check on it.
Oh, wait.
Give it some water every now and again. Things want to live.
Mm-hmm.
They do. They want to live. And then go back and visit.
Check it out. It'll be fine. It'll start growing. Before you know it, you'll see.
Matt just sent you a message or something.
He just got home probably.
Yeah, go back and check it out. And from what I hear, if you plant a seed that you had in your mouth, the seed actually absorbs and reads some of the information in your saliva and takes information from that and can determine like things that you need, and that it changes actually like its nutrients or whatever so that it can grow in conjunction with what your body specifically needs, so that plants have the ability to adapt to change their nutrients to feed you specifically. Wouldn't that be interesting?
Do you just make that up, or that's true?
No, I did not make that up. I have heard that. I don't know. I'm not verified if it's true myself, but it would make sense to me.
That is hella cool.
That would make sense to me. I could see where it could do that or do that. I mean, it's taking some information from you. Everything takes information from everything that's part of the system.
Mm-hmm. What else were we saying?
I mean, technically, like if someone, like if an animal dies or whatever and it decays and goes into the ground, and then, you know, the roots and the all the fungi and everything under the ground that breaks everything down, it goes into the tree, right? So there's like all kinds of people in the trees right now. Because it absorbs the nutrients out of the dirt. And if there's a body that was absorbing the person's energy.
So what are your plans for the future?
My plans for the future. Well, I have accidentally stumbled upon a hobby, and I really enjoy woodworking. So I would like to. I like real estate and I like helping people, but the world right now isn't in a state where it makes my job very rewarding. It makes it really frustrating, and I feel like my hands are tied to do anything helpful for people. And I also feel like I also get screwed over a lot.
Because of the way the world is, that's why your hands are tied?
Yes. Yes, it is, because they are wrecking the system on purpose.
Mm-hmm. How so?
The housing like housing is priced so high that people can't afford it,
Yeah.
and nobody's adjusting any prices, nothing's changing. Interest rates keep going up and they keep changing financing in ways that are knocking people out of the market left and right. And then you have natural disasters, right? Well, not only is it devastating because of the loss of life and the loss of property, but all of that stuff is also damage, and all of that stuff people actually make money on the stock market. So because it's insurance, and people don't realize that insurance makes money. So it's just, I feel like they are wrecking the system on purpose to put certain things in place. And when I'm a realtor that tries to like help people like by using like down payment assistance, or trying to help people that never thought that they could ever buy a house, like get into a house, it makes it really hard to do that, because the system right now is not designed to help anybody, because it doesn't want to help people. It needs to break down in order to make way for new things. And I don't want to do that. I'm about helping people. So I'd rather make wood things.
So do you think that the money change thing is gonna help people or gonna make it worse?
Oh, you were talking about if they move to a digital currency?
Yeah, whatever they're gonna do.
I believe that moving to a digital currency will allow them to better control the population, because I think they'll move to some kind of a social credit system or something.
Well, that's all bad, isn't it? Or is it bad or not bad?
Well,
I don't care who knows.
everything is not.
Hi, babe. We're making a show.
You're recording?
Oh,
It's
but
okay.
You're not live.
You're handsome.
It's not
You can come
live,
in.
though.
Sorry, sorry.
Hey, we're not live. You're fine. I think anything that has to do with currency becoming digital is not, well, it depends on where you're looking at it from. If you're looking at it from the standpoint of what would make sense if you're trying to rule the world, yeah, it's a great idea. But no, I don't believe in money. I think money, there's no reason for it. So
Well, money is energy.
money is energy. You're right. In this realm, though, unfortunately, I think the people that have it know that. So,
I think that our whole reason for coming here is to learn how to manipulate energy, and money is part of it.
I agree. And you have to be able to, like, you live in a realm, right? Whatever this place is that we live in. There's ways to go around things, but you have to play by the rules, though. So money, unfortunately, is one of those things that in this realm you need money in order to survive. So even though I feel like it's not real and there's no reason for it, but that's in a world that's not like this one. People in this world wouldn't allow for something like that. But I would like to focus on helping people. I would like to feel like the world is in a dark place, and I feel like in my adult life, which I didn't really talk about that in my story, and I will, but I'm not ready for that yet. In my adult life, I've been through many things that have, I feel like, allowed me to be in places that give me a special set of skills to help people that are in dark places. So I think that I'm going to find a way to use my creativity as the means to support myself so that I can help people. I'd like to get into health and wellness. I'm not sure what modality yet.
So holistically?
Yeah, I think I would for sure like to get into Reiki.
Me too. Let's go.
And I am for sure also interested in sound and frequency healing. But I'm interested in all of it, too. Flower essence, all of it.
I've been looking at light therapy.
Light therapy, I also believe in. I think we live in a magical world, and I want to learn about this place because this system has kept us from that. And it has kept us from the truth and from learning about this awesome place that we live in. And I know that there are things around us that can save us and help people. And it's just that they're going to share that information with everybody. So you kind of have to find those things yourself. But there's things like that out there. Like there's resources out there available. Like there's money that's allocated for programs and for people, but they don't tell people about it. So it just sits there and nobody ever gets it or whatever. And so the world is like that. I really feel like there's probably, I don't know, diamonds right underneath our feet or something.
There is. So how do you feel about them having a cure for cancer all this time?
Oh, I'm sure they've had a cure for cancer.
How do you
I
feel
know
about
they've
it?
had a cure for cancer because what's caused the cancer. Like we're causing this system of things. Like I told you before, it has Munchausen's by proxy. It's mentally abusive. It's a psychological, narcissistic, like whatever, that makes its population sick so that it can make us better, so that it can make money.
Who do you think's in charge of that? The government, right? Or I don't know who the powers that be.
No, the government is just does. The government
It's a ploy.
Puppet show.
It's just a ploy.
It's a distraction. It's used to divide people. It is expensive. So expensive.
Oh shit! Well, I'm stepping on my cat. I'm sorry, kitty. I was stepping right on it. Poor thing. It's just, yeah. So let's see. How do you feel about this generation of kids that's going to be adults now? What do you think they're going to do?
Well, I'm kind of conflicted there. Because my kids are really awesome and they amaze me all the time. At the same time, though, it scares me because their generation doesn't have any knowledge. Like our generation, I think we're unique in that we came from, we remember before technology, and well, I can't say before technology, it's like 1800s or anything.
I mean, before,
but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like technology advanced quite a bit in our lifetime, because I remember black and white TVs and and the one color TV we had was like that big, huge, heavy, like wooden thing that sat on the floor.
I didn't have a black and white TV, actually. I never have.
You didn't? Oh, that's all we had. And my first TV was a little tiny black and white one, and it had like,
I remember,
like a dial thing. That
mine had a weird dial on it too.
Yeah, my TV was possessed. I used to always like change and stuff on me, but you had to like turn the knob and click it. But it used to change.
I used to watch Channel 5 after school. The Brady Bunch.
Same.
Oh, Happy Days, then the Brady Bunch, then if you got home early. On the weekends I watch the Munsters, Charles in Charge on Channel 12. I know all the channels still. What else came on after Charles in Charge? Oh wait, Square Pegs. Remember that show, Square Pegs?
No.
You don't? Square Pegs. You remember that show called
Stay Special?
Ooh, yeah, I remember that show. What's that show called?
I can taste something every time I say that show. But
What is it? What is it? Is it a grilled cheese sandwich?
I'm at your house though.
Is it a grilled cheese sandwich with tomato soup?
Every time I see that show, I'm like instantly in your living room.
Oh, I love it.
That lady in her pink, was it a pink jumpsuit?
Yeah, like a pink jumpsuit.
And then the guy with the hat, what was his name? Jeff?
Jeff.
Ah, I remember his name. How weird.
I don't remember her name.
I don't either.
There was a mouse and a doorman.
I remember the doorman.
And that's it.
He would turn into a mannequin, right?
Yeah, he did too. And
oh, they both did, huh?
Yeah, the door. Well, did the doorman? I don't
know.
No.
He was like a puppet guy.
Yeah,
right?
he was a puppet. There was a mouse and a lady. That's it. There was just those are the characters.
What was the show about?
A department store.
I know, but what did like
at night they taught us stuff.
Oh. Huh. That's neato.
It is kind of neato. I liked it when they went inside the mouse's house.
The reading rainbow.
Reading rainbow, dude. Take a look. Rainbow. It's in a book. The reading rainbow. I can do anything
Oh, and my mom and I were watching Dallas the other day. So I used to
Ooh.
watch Dallas and Knots Landing with my
And Falcon
parents.
Crest?
And Falcon Crest, yeah. And they were like, I don't know. I was like, I don't remember them looking like that back then.
They were good stories.
Yeah, they were.
My grandma used to watch them.
And
all.
you know what? I could totally identify with the scene that was happening in the episode we were watching.
What was it? What was happening?
I can't say that right now, but I'll
Oh,
tell
okay.
you later.
Was it sex scene?
No, it was an argument between the husband and the wife.
Oh,
between
hey.
JR and Sue Ellen.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I could probably
I was
identify
just
with
like,
it.
whoa, that's weird. How like times can change, but things don't.
Yep.
Like the Bible's like
Same
that.
ocean, different boat.
Right. The Bible's like that. The Bible's living.
I can do anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Life is interesting.
Interestanto.
I feel like there's something different about where we came from, but maybe that's how everybody feels about them.
Oh, about where we came from?
I feel like there's something different about Flagstaff. I don't know why.
Small
Or
town.
about that. I don't know about right here. Or like, I don't know, dude. Maybe someday we'll know.
What is a smell that brings you back to there? It's for me. It's like the chimney, like the fire.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. Yep, leaves. I love the smell of fall and winter in Flagstaff. Like at the beginning, like this time of year in Flagstaff, I love that smell.
Yeah, I do too. It's already nice and cool there, probably.
Mm-hmm. I want to go to Flag.
I drove through there on our way home from Oklahoma. Stopped and see my daddy.
I should probably get going soon, dude.
Okay, so we could wrap it up. Do you have anything else you want to say?
I would like to.
Oops, I just stepped on my cat again.
Start doing like shorts or putting shorts on
Yeah,
our channel.
definitely.
So watch for that.
Yeah, watch out for a little bit more content from us. We're gonna be like putting out confirmation with the fire truck back there.
If anybody has any ideas for a show, we would like to hear from you, or even better, if you'd like to come on the show.
If there's something you'd like to share with anybody, like some knowledge that you'd like to share and put out, please come on the show. We are accepting of everybody and anybody. It doesn't matter what your opinion or what you believe in. Like, we are very accepting of it as long as you are respectful to us. We reciprocate. So we're all about love. We're all about equal, opportunity. We're all about exploration. We're all about expansion. We're all about.
If we ever say anything and you happen to know something about whatever subject we're talking about,
Back us up, man.
I would love to hear even if you disagree. Like I love information from people, whether it go with what I say or not.
Yeah, me too.
I just like to know about different things. So maybe you'll tell me something that is going to change something for me.
Yeah, you never know, you guys. Something you say might be the one thing that makes somebody else tick. So just share it, you guys. Share it. Don't not share it.
Everybody should just really work on trying to be authentic about sharing your thoughts and stuff, because we need that right now. This world needs each other. Individuality and unity at the same time. Yep. If you can hold space for people to be who they are, and not judge them, and love them, and
keep an open mind.
Right. And then when people hold space for you to be who you are, show them that you appreciate that. Let them know, and you do the same. It'll bring more. It will bring more of that into your experience when you are more grateful and more mindful of the things that make us feel good, because those things are what's going to change the world. And I do believe the world's going to change. I don't give a shit who says that it's not. It is. You'd be so surprised at what a difference it makes in someone's day if you hold a little bit of space for them. And it feels good too. So for those of you that don't know what holding space is, that's when you allow somebody to be the way they are, and just and love them anyways. Right. Just do it. Just try. No judgment, just acceptance. I mean, you don't have to agree with someone. Just accept them and respect their space. That's holding space for them. That's what we're all about. That's what we want to spread. That's what we want people to do, because it doesn't hurt. let
And it
them
doesn't
talk.
cost anything either.
No, and if somebody wants to talk to you about something that's difficult or something that you don't want to hear or you don't want to listen to, just listen. It doesn't hurt anything to listen. It doesn't mean that you're saying that they're right. It doesn't mean anything that you're listening. If you hold the space for somebody to get out what they need to say,
Mhm.
it makes a big difference. And if you're a person that you're lucky enough to have a person in your life that holds space for you often, or that you see holds space for other people often, take a minute out to like recognize that and hold some space and maybe ask them how they're doing, because people that tend to hold space for people tend to do that for everyone, and everybody somehow instinctively knows that's the person that holds everybody's space, so everybody goes to that person.
Mhm.
So yeah, just be very aware of your impact on other people.
Be
And
self-aware. It all is going to come down to self-awareness, everybody. Love is the answer. Love is the most important thing. Love is the only thing, and love will always win, no matter what.
yes, sirree.
So if you're new here, please like, subscribe, leave us a comment.
I feel like I'm way back here.
Check out my website. It's awakeninghearts333.com. I'm a hypnotherapist and a life coach. Please call if you want to make a positive change. Check out my website to learn more about me and my services. And join us next time for another Authentic Happiness Show.
Oh, and stick around for our interview with what's her name?
Her name is Paula. Her name is Paula, and she works with soul realignment. So that's an amazing thing. Google it, check it out. It does wonders for you. Let's see, what else can we say while I look for the thingy. Oops.
Are you able to edit it?
Yeah, I can. I'll probably leave it though, because we're kooky that way. I don't know how to find it. Just sing it. Yeah, just sing the outro. Anywho, we found it now. So we're going to let y'all go and join us next time.
Peace
Bye.
out.